Hello, and welcome to our Wellness Ambassadors at Work interview series, hosted by myself, Lisa Kelly of Kelly Wellness Consulting, Inc., and founder of the Workplace Wellness Ambassador Certification Programs. In this series, we interview our KWC Workplace Wellness Ambassadors, along with other industry guests across the globe, to learn about their perspectives and achievements in creating thriving, healthy organizations. We hope our series will inspire you, our viewer, to do your part in cultivating cultures of health and well-being at your own workplace, or perhaps with other organizations that you may work with as an independent coach or consultant. So today, it's quite a delight to be joined by one of our recently certified Master Workplace Wellness Ambassadors, Miss Connie Gogler. And Connie is the founder of the Whole Body Wellness. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's correct.
So welcome, Connie, to our Wellness Ambassadors at Work interview series.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So Connie, we're going to just jump right in now. And what I'd like to do to open up our interview is perhaps have you share some of the highlights of your wellness coaching background, and also then move into a little bit about what your hopes and aspirations are with respect to using the skills from our program as a workplace wellness consultant from our program that you recently graduated from.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. I am an integrative nutrition health coach, and I'm a graduate of the Holistic Nutrition Lab, both of the full body systems and the digestive intensive. I'm also a certified personal trainer and, as you said, a certified Master Workplace Wellness Ambassador. Mm-hmm. I currently work in private practice with, my niche is women who have chronic illnesses.
Okay.
And I work with those women and do healthy lifestyle changes and support them along their journey with their chronic illness.
Okay. Good. And so how do you hope maybe to use some of those skills? Because they're quite good skills. How do you envision maybe taking your skills from your training as a wellness coach, health coach, and then also what you've gained from our program, which, as you know, is quite an intensive and comprehensive program. And so how do you hope to move that forward as a workplace wellness consultant or an employee of a company or wherever you find yourself?
Well, my hopes are to take my private practice and integrate it with things that I've learned in workplace wellness. One of the things that I discovered as a health coach in private practice is that the triggers that trigger chronic illness, they don't just start out of the blue. They're lifestyle problems that we have encountered maybe far back. And when I work with somebody in private practice, I basically do the 5 pillars. I talk about whole food, I talk about stress, I talk about I talk about safe movement, right, and I talk about and I talk about having fun. Right. So I think that carries over into workplace wellness also. Some of our campaigns that we have in our database are, focused on whole food, they're focused on stress, they're focused on ergonomics, moving, how you move at work with safe movement inside and outside of work. So I hope to combine those two and really focus on a healthy lifestyle changes and how they start before you start experiencing the symptoms of a chronic illness or high blood pressure or stress-related problems, and how we can head those off if you start making some healthy lifestyle changes.
Excellent. Very well said. And you touched on a few things there, like you mentioned ergonomics, and I know you were involved, just for our benefit of our viewers who may not know about our program, partway through our master level, our second level program, our trainees participate in virtual group projects where they come together and strategize and formulate a workplace wellness campaign, co-create that, and then present it back to the group at large and to invited industry guests in the workplace wellness industry. And so I know you were intimately involved in the ergonomics, I believe, and safe work practices group.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's correct.
Yeah. So what sort of insights did you get from that can support you and that can be of value to employers that you hope to work with?
Well, first of all, the campaign that we ran with ergonomics, like when I first went into it, I had no idea. Like I knew that ergonomics might be sitting at your desk correctly or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it really gave me a great understanding of ergonomics and how it just was very widespread, and that it encompassed many different things. It wasn't just how you held your posture. It was safe movement, safe sitting. It was, a standing desk, things like that. So that knowledge that I gained from that and working with our group really helped me to understand how workplace wellness really asks us to be well-rounded in your program, and how it's asking for all different things, and that you're really providing that in this program by not only giving us the chance to work hands-on in making these campaigns or helping to create these campaigns, but to also be able to dig into our database that you provide throughout the program and after we graduate, so that we can not only take those campaigns and bring them forward into a workplace, but also to be able to get in touch and be in touch through the Facebook groups and things like that with your people who have already graduated or an alumni of this group, or are the so-called experts that you bring in, that we have all of those available to us. So that's
you bring up a good point, and thank you for that. And for example, Pam Dempster, who actually provided a webinar on ergonomics, she's an ergonomist herself, and she is she's also one of our Master Ambassadors, recent graduate, and she frequently comes in and keeps in touch with our group through our Facebook post-program support. So, you mentioned a good point, because we're still learning from each other and from other experts that are part of our post-program support. And there's such a network, and I'm still learning from everyone every day as well. And so it's just a phenomenal way to keep in touch and keep sharpening our skills, if you will.
Yes.
And, just to add as well, I think you might have mentioned this, but certainly the campaigns, you can hit the ground running as you can now. So if an employer is looking to hire you, whether as an employee or a concierge or a consultant, to come in and do lunch and learns or wellness policy development campaigns with them, you've got a campaign database of, I think, over 10 campaigns now and lunch and learns. And with each program, your campaign database, as you know, continues to grow. Right. So that's a tremendous value for you as a provider, and also for employers, because they don't have to invest that time or money or resources from their own staffing to implement those campaigns.
Right. That's an excellent point. Plus, you have the perspective, like everybody has a different perspective on it. Like even when we worked in our group, like ergonomics to Pam might have been a different thing than ergonomics to us. And everybody with a different perspective really helps you to see how you can use those programs in different ways in different markets out in the workplace wellness.
You're absolutely right. And Pam brought a good point in. She brought in the model of the total worker health model right now. Right. And very much, part and parcel with organizational health and occupational safety. And through her training in our program, as well as the project you did, you have some real tangible skill sets and tools to go in and do some introductory ergonomic work with employers as a workplace wellness master ambassador. And so I think that's a real value add. We were quite fortunate to be able to bring Pam into our program to provide those skill sets and training to our group.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And so just moving on then, I think you might have touched on the virtual technology, but just speak to the different technologies that you learn through our program and the value they've provided you, probably in your wellness coaching as well as workplace wellness, and the value that they can provide an employer. So I say this often in our interviews, that the world is your oyster, right? And so, I mean, as you know, we've got participants in our program from Australia to the UK to Nigeria, Hong Kong, Dubai. I mean, they're all over, US, all through Canada and US. And it's amazing, the technology brings us all together as it does. And so I'm always encouraging everyone to use those skill sets and technologies that you have now to work with employers. So to back to my question then, so how, again, do you feel that virtual technology will support you in your work as a health coach and a master ambassador?
Well, I think through Zoom, I use Zoom in my private health coaching, but I didn't use a lot of the things that we learned in, screen sharing and bringing different things in and doing things like that. I didn't use that a lot before. So that was one thing. I think Zoom as an overall component in workplace wellness is great because it doesn't limit you to be right in your community. It expands your ability to bring your workplace wellness programs all over the world, as you said. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we worked with that I wasn't familiar with at all was Basecamp. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a wonderful sharing tool where we could, when we did our campaigns, we could share our materials in there. We could share our ideas. You can brainstorm. You could put different things in there and use that as a project management tool. And I thought that was fantastic. And the other thing was Rizuko. That was good because of the lessons. I thought it was very comprehensive, and the way that the lessons were organized was very clear. It was easy to use. I felt that it was easy access, and you had everything in one place, so you could go through your modules quickly and concisely. And I've been in other classes that are using other programs, and they just aren't as comprehensive as that one and easy to use. It was really a problem in different areas to gather your materials. But I thought Rizuko was very easy to use and very well laid out.
Well, thank you for that. And I'll probably pass it on to my Rizuko vendor as well. I'm sure they'd be pleased to hear that. And excuse me. No, you're absolutely right. And so we carefully selected all the technologies to deliver the program to best meet the needs of yourselves, but also, for example, like with Rizuko, now you know how an e-learning platform works. So you can take that and use that with employers. Right. Like we're rolling out our Focus on Healthy Eating program, and that's going to be based in our pilot through Rizuko. And so you'll learn how you can take that technology and then apply it to maybe delivering the focus on healthy eating to your employer market, right?
It's a great lesson. As a previous teacher,
okay.
I can relate that. And I was a corporate trainer in my past life, and I'm sort of, my college degree is in teaching. So it was, it went back to my lesson planning days and how, it triggered my love of the organization of lessons laid out one by one. And I could really see how that could be used in a workplace wellness program,
right?
Especially if it's a long-term program, over a few months where you could drip out that information
exactly
and your audience. So
exactly. Yeah, and just as well, just for the benefit, and you well know this, of course, as a trainee or graduate, but for the benefit of our viewers, when you have access to our program, as long as Rizuko is in existence, you'll have access to that. So you'll always be able to go back and read comments, and because there's such a rich content program, it really is, as you know, and I could build articles just on the comments that our ambassadors make, and I have in some cases from the posts and discussions. And so not only do you get all the rich resources from the program itself, but all the learning and collaboration that happens through the online discussions. And then, of course, we have the webinars that we do through Zoom that of course, you learn from. So, and then just moving along, then the final question I wanted to ask you about was, your thoughts on how the post-program support through, for example, our masterminds and particularly our Facebook group has helped support you since you've graduated.
I think the masterminds have been invaluable. You basically touch on, there's only so many weeks in the program, so everybody goes through the program. You do your learning, kind of your individual learning first, and then you work on your campaign with your group, and then we present our campaigns. But afterwards, once you start getting out into the workplace and start trying to fill out, proposals and things like that, the masterminds are invaluable because that really gives you a chance to go back and ask questions or to get more information about something you're not sure of, or basically just to collaborate with your classmates and say, hey, this is where I am, and to get some feedback or support for anything that you're not quite sure about. So I feel like they really refine the program, and they help answer any questions that you have coming out or any additional support you might need. And the Facebook groups also, for after we're out of the program, or graduates, as you would say, the Facebook groups, being able to work with you and with Bill and the experts who are already out there and having years of experience has really helped in really giving us the confidence to put ourselves out there and know that we have the skills necessary to bring off to create great programs.
Right. And then also through my working post-program, I get to see the skills develop. And for example, I received a tender the other day in California to apply for a contract that I was just telling you about before we went into the interview. And so now, I very well may, if I get this contract, which is a very big contract, I have quite a broad base of trained workplace wellness consultants now, like yourself, to bring on board if I need to. And in this case, if I got it, I would definitely need to enlist some help. And so, there's all those potential opportunities that can come as well through the networking in our post program. And I always call us like an ambassador family, because I really feel that we're there to support each other. And it's really unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And I'm the founder of the program, but I still I get a real joy out of working with everyone.
Right.
And so, yeah, and just one other point too, that I don't know, I think you may know this, that some of our master ambassadors have already started, because we get 3 mastermind sessions with the program, and then the private coaching that we're going to do in a bit. But others have also started forming their own little mastermind groups. So that's something, if you were interested, I know, just contact Paula, and she would only be too glad to bring you into that mastermind group. And I think they meet once or twice a month, and they work on proposal development and support each other. And it's just been really invaluable to them as well. So any final comments before we conclude there, Connie?
I just thank you for bringing the program to us, and I know that it's been a very valuable experience for me as I go from health coaching. I know groups are my love. I love groups. My previous life before kids, I was a corporate trainer, and I missed that. And I was at a home mom for 18 years, and now getting back into it, going into health coaching. And this has just given me a new love for groups and presenting. And I thank you for bringing the program.
Oh, you're welcome. And corporate training was one of my prior, of my many job experiences years ago. And so I can relate. And there's quite a lot of similarities, because you are a corporate trainer by and large when you're going into the workplace as a consultant, right?
Right.
And you're delivering programs. So I think you'll just naturally fall right back into it now when you hit the ground running with all your skill sets and past training, and you'll do quite well. So thank you, Connie. I really appreciate your sharing your experience with us. And for those that may want to reach out and connect with Connie, you may do so through her website, The Whole Body Wellness. Did I get that right?
That's correct.
TheWholeBodyWellness.com?
Yes.
Okay.
TheWholeBodyWellness.com.
Okay, there you go. So thank you again for your participation. It's really been quite a delight to meet with you again. So if you're interested,
thank you.
You're welcome. So to our viewer, if you're interested in learning more about our upcoming Workplace Wellness Ambassador certification programs, please visit us at www.kellywc.com, or certainly email us at info@kellywc.com. Also, be sure to watch additional KWC interviews in our YouTube channel at Kelly Wellness Consulting, Inc. And we have quite a variety of interviews like the one I just did with Connie, and with other industry experts in workplace wellness field. So thank you very much again for joining us today. And till we meet again, stay healthy, stay well, and as always, live your best life. Take care, everyone.